What's up, fundraising family? Today's going to be a little bit different type of video. Today is going to be a follow along. I'm going to show you how I make a Google form as a input for all your silent auction, live auction, and buy a spot or count me in parties for your auction procurement. It makes things so much easier. Okay, so first I just typed in Google Forms. I go to Google Forms sign in. I'm always signed into Google. I use Google. I love Google. So it's the easiest for me. Otherwise, you just sign right in. We're going to start by using a new form. And then I'm going to show you one that I use as a template for all my clients for the forms that I create for them. So we're going to start, I always start with the contact information. It's what I like. It has all the basic information, and we're going to amend it, make it super simple together. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to edit the title of this form. I don't like the title contact information, so I simply click right on contact information, and I am going to call this the, I'm going to use my school, Minnehaha Academy Gala Auction Gala Donation Form. Okay. And I'm going to say it's the auction donation form. And you can see that when I click off of it, it'll change it right up here. And then here's a little description. Thank you for agreeing to donate to our live, silent, if I could spell, it'd be amazing, or silent auction. Please fill out the form below. Now, if you have a deadline for this, put your deadline in here. So let's say by January 1, 2020. I'm making this video in September 2019. Okay, so I'm going to put in here your name, and I want first and last. If I want, so I just edit that by clicking right on here. Now, let's pretend that this didn't say short answer, this said something else. Over here, I have all the types of questions and the types of answers I want. So I want a short answer, but the other options are paragraph, multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, file upload. We'll go through a few of those as we go. So in this case, I want a short answer, just a name. We're going to put it right there. Now down here, there is a little green button. If I click that on and off, it lets it be required or not. I definitely want the name of the person who is donating, so I'm going to put it here. Their email, this one's optional. If you want to collect it, great, as a way to communicate with them. What I typically do is say, best way to get a hold of you or communicate. And now I'm going to make this a multiple choice. And option 1, I'm going to make email. And option 2, so I just clicked on add an option. I'm going to say phone. And then option 3, I'm going to say text. Very popular now. And I'm going to make that also required. Okay, now down here it says address. I don't really care about their address. I want to put in email or phone or email or phone number. And I don't want this to be a paragraph. I want this to be a short answer. So I'm going to change that. I'm also going to make it required. Here it says phone number. I don't want this to be a phone number. Here I want this to say, okay, so we talked about the name, the best way to get hold of you, email, phone. What we haven't asked is what item description. What are they donating? I'm going to leave that as a short answer. Okay, then down here I have comments. We're going to change that. Item description. So sometimes people donate one item and sometimes they donate 6 items, like 4 gift certificates worth $25 or 3 bottles of wine. So I'm going to make this question, how many of this item are you donating? And then I'm also going to add, if you are donating multiple different items to the auction. Please note that you will need to fill out this form for each item. Again, I am going to make this a short answer. Okay. Now, I have run out of questions on my template. To simply add a new question, I'm going to click this little plus here and go through it. But instead of doing that and wasting your time creating a whole new one, I'm going to take you back and show you the model and the template that I give to all my clients to use as their Google form. So let's just go over all the questions quickly. XYZ school auction, first, last name. What type of item are you donating? I encourage all my clients to use one form for their silent, live, and buy-a-spot buy-in parties or experiences, whatever you call them. And I want to know which one you're donating and where you expect this to go. So I'm going to have people click. This is a checkbox. It actually should be multiple choice because they cannot choose both. Okay. Item description. We had that in the other one. How many are you donating? Here's a great question to add. How shall we acknowledge you in all promotional materials? By your name, by your company name? Is it a couple? Let them tell you how they want to be acknowledged and let them type it in here. Okay. This is only for our buy-a-spot party experience people when they're donating those. I want to know what date are you having this party. If you're hosting a pool party at your house and it's $50 for every family that comes, I want to know what date it's going to come. You're expecting to have it on so I can check it against the school calendar, etc. Next, please provide a short description of your item that we will use to craft all marketing materials. Again, we're going to let people tell us about their item so we don't have to spend all this time hiring a marketer, a copywriter, or even a parent volunteer writing all these flowery descriptions. Let your donor do that. Estimated retail value of the item, extremely important. I made that required. This, I think, is extremely important, especially for my super busy schools. How should we get the item? You'll deliver it to us. I'll bring it with me to parent-teacher conferences. Other. If you put on here, I want you to pick it up, please note, everyone will choose that option and you will spend all your time you saved from using this form picking up auction items. I would highly recommend not doing that unless you want to. Tax receipt. How do they want it? Mail, email, or they don't want one? All right, this one's interesting. Many of the auction items that are not physical items, that are a party or an experience or a lesson or are too big to bring in, we need photos. But why should we spend all our time emailing back and forth? Hey, do you have a photo? Do you have a photo? When we could simply ask our donor to upload the photos here. What I love about Google Forms, again, is I went over here, I chose Bio Upload, and I am allowing people to only upload images. I don't want anything else, no videos, no PDFs, just images. The maximum allowed is 5. They can only upload 5 images, and the size can be 1 megabyte. I don't have a ton of space in my Google Drive to waste with like extra files. So I'm going to say that this is not required in case they're bringing 10 bottles of wine and they're going to show up. All right, this I include at the bottom of every single form. I understand that XYZ, please read and check to agree, will set the starting bids and bid increments for all silent, live, and buy-a-spots. We'll decide if my item is best for the live or the silent. Might bundle my items with others to create a high value package, and we'll use the description provided above to create all promotional materials. Now you could add to this, you could add more, you could add less. The goal here is to have one place where your silent, your live, and your buy-a-spot donors can all input all their input all their information. Why? Let me show you why. I'm going to go to another one that we're keeping for a client. And what I love about this is when you start sending it out, you can see the responses and you can see them all in here, how many, and the descriptions. But what I love even more is you can open them in Google Sheets. And then you can use this Google Sheet to export directly into Little Greenlight or One Cause or Greater Giving, whatever you use. Here's one that I created for my synagogue gala. You know, where it's just the easiest, simplest way. Now, if you would like to send this out, you have a couple different options. Let's go back to the form we were working on. I'm going to click send. And instead of emailing it directly from here, I'm just going to get the link. And if you want to shorten the URL, you can shorten the URL. It doesn't really matter. I always hide the link because I link it to words. And then in my solicitation emails or letters, I'm going to say click here. And it's going to be so simple and easy for our donors to just click and say, yes, I want to donate. There's no paperwork to fill out. And we get all the information in one place. It's nice, it's neat, and organized. Everyone has access to it. I love it. Google Forms. Plus, it's free. How would you not love it? Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.